Hey YouTube, what's up? And hi. I'm gonna try to hang on, let me get situated here. I didn't get pre-situated. Hi. Hi, Star. This weird thing on me. What you guys doing tonight? This beautiful curse night. Hi, DMA. I'm good, I'm good. I just been hi, spiritual dreams. Just been you know, farting around, working on some manifestation stuff with a friend of mine from the Primal Current. We're going to do some manifestation casting. How about you guys? What are you guys doing? Have you ever had experience on breaking a friendship? Yes. Actually, I have a spell out right now that I don't know what's going on with it. I think I need to get in touch with that client actually and check in on that. Hi, Divine Spirit. Hi, Cindy. But yeah, I'm doing great. I'm just chilling. I guess, I don't know what time it is. I think it's kind of late, but. So what are you guys doing though? Just getting on the YouTube to chat with me? I'm feeling much better today. I had a really hard night though. Like I couldn't sleep. And then I slept for like an hour and then I woke up wide awake. And so I had to get up and do some stuff and then I went back to sleep again. And then hang on, I think I missed somebody. Hi, hi Kari. And because what? Because I just learned that my ex broke up with me because she got pressured by her BFF. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah, we could break them up just like you break up a boyfriend and a girlfriend. The same kind of thing, but only I'll use a lot of cat and dog hair in it so that they'll fight like cats and dogs. I did my big Billy L ritual tonight. Nice. I broke my toe. That's funny. Because, not that you broke your toe, but it's funny. My boyfriend broke his toe too. But I still make him work. His isn't broken. I think it's just bruised, but yeah. His little baby toe. No, they're not fun. Not at all. But anyways, so when you break up a friendship spell, you use I use a lot of cat and dog hair, and of course I send some friends to make sure that they're causing chaos. And they fight a lot, and everything they say they take is a misunderstanding, and I just cause them all kinds of grief. And yeah. That's what you do. That's what I do. And you just end that friendship. And then she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have listened to that bitch. It's all her fault. Yes, I had to put some wood in the stove because it's cold tonight. We were supposed to get snow up in the mountains here tonight. Hi all. Hey Nicole. Yay, digging the beanie. I know, I wear them all the time. You guys have to realize when I come out here at 2 in the morning, it is freaking cold out here. It's so cold. So I always have my beanies on. And a hoodie usually. But tonight I actually even had to start a fire in this stove because we're getting snow up in the mountains. Supposedly. It did hail and rain today, and then we're supposed to have snow up in the mountain. Why is my things not scrolling? No, we don't. Not normally. We don't usually have snow year round, but things are just really weird this year. It's hot here in New Orleans. Not here. I'm in the Philippines, so it's summer here all year round. I like summer for a little while, but then I want my clouds and I want my rain and my snow. But summer's good. I like summer too. I just don't like it to be too hot. And I don't really like humidity. Even though humidity is awesome because then you don't ever get wrinkles. You know, you just stay looking beautiful and young all your life because you have no wrinkles. That's true. Yep. I gotta go back in the house when I get done with this. I forgot some of my stuff. I bought, going to be doing a Pop It tonight and an Expose the Truth. I get tired of hot weather pretty fast. Me too. Not swimming or something. Yeah, if you like, hi Aradia. If you like if you live in where it's hot all the time, then you gotta have a pool. Otherwise, why would you want to live there if you don't have a pool that you could go swimming in when you're hot? You'd have to like keep the air conditioner on, stay inside all the time. You know, run from your car to inside the store. No, thank you. I don't like that. It doesn't get that hot here, even in the summertime. I think the hottest we get is, we usually stay right around in the 80s and 90, but occasionally it'll get almost to 100. Occasionally, depending on what kind of summer we're having. But this year, we're not having summer. It just started, but you know, supposedly I heard a rumor that we were supposed to get snow tonight, so it's like, what the fuck? Why? Why? It's crazy. It's crazy talk. Yeah, I don't do humidity though. I like it for a couple days I could do it, but that's it. How are you doing tonight? I'm great. Much better. But I will tell you guys something strange that happened that hasn't happened to me before. And I know why, but it was just weird. Okay. So I couldn't sleep. So I put my meditation stuff on my ears so I could sleep. And when I woke up, my mouth tasted like I had a mouthful of copper or blood or something like that. I had that weird taste in my mouth. And when you guys experience that, that usually means that Lucifer's there. I I don't know why. It just has something to do with his energy, with his vibration. You could taste it. And so if you ever are, you know, experiencing a manifestation from him or some kind, I don't know if you guys work with him or what, but you'll notice that you'll get a copper taste in your mouth, like, you know, a weird taste. But it's just from his vibrations. It's true. So I had that really strong when I woke up today. And I was happy though, because my headache was gone, and I still keep seeing the little things, but they're not as bad as they were. But yeah. So good times. Good times with Lucifer. I can understand that you said last night about ascending to a higher level and how it makes you feel weary working with higher energies are hard on the physical body. It takes time to adjust. Yes, it does. Yep, it does. And then when you build up a tolerance and you think you got it, oh no, then they're like, oh, are you okay with this now? Okay. And then you get more and you get to do it all over again. And then they just keep building you and building you and building you until you're ready to do whatever it is that I'm going to be doing next. It's something big, I could tell you that. Something big. Big and exciting. And at first I was like kind of concerned about it because I have to go through this. I know I'm not supposed to talk about it too much with you guys because you're not primal, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm supposed to be going through something, and I have to work with a goddess who is the daughter of Lucifer. We'll just say that. I won't say her name, but I'll just say she's the daughter of Lucifer. And she puts you through tests and stuff to see if you're, I don't know, just to see if you're legit. Like if you're just some power hungry asshole that just is doing all these things and calling them and doing all that just to get, you know, physical things of this earth, then they'll just spit you out. But she comes like a swarm of bees and stings you. And I was like, I'm not really excited about that. I don't want to get stung. But then Ekate reminded me of the beetles and how they swarmed me and were covered, you know, went in, you know, covered me and did all, you know, went in me and everything, and it didn't hurt me at all. And I was like, oh, that's right. So when you're in that realm, it's different. I mean, I didn't feel any pain when I went through that with the fire beetles. That's not saying that this isn't going to hurt, because I'm sure it will. I mean, I think I was sore for a couple days after that, but, you know, I can handle being sore for a couple days, no problem. But anyway, so I'm just a little like about that. But other than that, I'm good. I just know she's coming for me. What's your favorite spell success story? Oh gosh, serious. I have a lot. I don't know. I have many success stories. I don't really have a favorite. But I gotta go. I'm not on myself. Okay, bye, sweetie. Talk to you later. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess one thing that was pretty cool that happened was well, it's all I think all of my favorite ones are bad ones. Or curses, you know. I like the one where we did the behavior replacement and we replaced his addiction to drugs to his wife, and then he went back to his wife, but to get him off of the drugs he got put in jail, and then he got released to his wife, and had to stay home and, you know, be a good boy. I like that one. That one was pretty fun and amazing. And yeah, it was pretty crazy. It didn't I mean, like, we weren't expecting that at all. My client and I were just like, what the fuck just happened? And it happened pretty fast too, like within a week. And he was living in another town, not in the same town that she lived in, and then that whole thing happened. And but anyway, so to get him off of the drugs, the gods put him in jail, and he was there for like 10 days. And then when he was released, the judge said that he had to wear the ankle monitor thingy and was released to his wife's custody. And well, actually, they weren't even married, but they had to get married for him to be released to her. So he did a jail wedding. I don't know. It was a crazy, crazy thing. And it all worked out. She got everything she wanted. And so I was pretty excited about that. Yeah, it was weird. Everything happened really fast. I don't know. There's a lot. Well, you guys can't ask me that. How many I've done, like, I don't know. Probably like, I'm probably getting close to 2,000 spells, 2,000 castings or more, you know. I don't know. I do a lot. I cast a lot. So it's hard to say. And I've done a couple of really good strip and removes. I did a pig foot curse on this one lady, and or it was a man actually, and he ended up with a tumor on his foot, and he had to go in and have surgery and have the tumor removed from his foot. And I wasn't planning on that happening, but it was cool. What's the serpent remove? The strip and remove, you mean? The strip and remove is a casting that I do when, like, you want everything that's in your way of getting what you want to be removed, no matter what the cost. You can't put rules on it. You can't go, I want you to do this, but not that. You can't go that far. The strip and remove is dirty. It is a curse that I warn everybody about, that I don't do a lot of them for that very reason, because it could, you know, it's caused car accidents, put people in hospitals, things like that. Things will be removed one way or another. And so you have to be careful with that one because, you know, depending on what you're wanting removed. But I usually will make you try other things first. And if it's not going fast enough for you, then, you know, or so, well, okay. So there was one client that comes to mind. I know I tell this story all the time, but it's the one that sticks in my head because he got in a car wreck. But we did a comeback love. He came back for a couple of weeks, and then they got in a big fight. And I think she did something to break his car, and he left her. He's like, "You're too fucking crazy." He left her, went back to his other girlfriend, and then she's like, "Well, I fucked up, damn it, I shut it down, I blew it, I lost my shit." And I was like, "Well, we all do it, you need to fix your anger first, before we go on, because if you don't get rid of it, you can't have him come back and then punish him for the breakup. You have to get rid of that, or it's just going to keep happening. You can't just keep repeating the same shit." So anyway, so she was like, okay. So she waited like a week, and then she's like, "Okay, I'm ready now. Let's do the strip and remove." So we did the strip and remove, and then he got in a car accident and ended up in the hospital. And then she went to the hospital to get him and take care of him and stuff. And then there was 2 other girls there. He was seeing 2 other girls plus her and another girl. And so they all met at the hospital, and they all said, "You forget it. You could have him. I don't want this, piece of shit," and blah, blah, blah. So everything he had that was keeping him from her was removed all in one shot. He got in a car accident. He ended up in the hospital. Nobody would take care of him because they all met there. So that was pretty crazy and impressive. But look what it took. It took him, he could have been killed. He wasn't, but it's pretty serious. Hi, Gray. So just things like that, you have to be really careful and know that you don't get to pick and choose how the gods do it. They're going to do it, whatever it takes, because that's the spell. So you just have to be careful. It's dangerous. It can be very dangerous. What are you doing, Gray? Does the strength of the spell matter if your client is another what? In another country? No. The universe doesn't really care about location. You have to realize that they know where you are. When you're born, you make a splash in the universe, okay? And your name, your date of birth, all of that's like in that splash. And so I can connect with that information. I can meditate and find that person, just like going up into the sky. Just meditating and going up there. When I'm casting, I can just go up there and think about their picture. I'm meditating on their picture. I'm saying their name, their date of birth, and then hi, WM. And then that's it. And then I just connect to them and shit happens. That's how it works. That's casting. But, well, yeah, it's awesome. It's really amazing. Sometimes it's kind of weird. I did this one spell this one time she's actually a witch also, friend of mine, and her man, well, this guy that she used to be in a relationship with, lived in another country, and she wanted him back. And so I did a comeback love spell, and I did this whole big thing for her. And she was so sweet. She sent me this box full of candles and cord and just, you know, vodka, all kinds. There, it was just crazy. Like, she just, you know, there was sand from the beach. There was just all of these cute things in there. And so I tried to incorporate everything that she sent me into the spell. So it was like this big thing. But anyway, so I want to say the next day or maybe 2 days later, he sent her a yellow flowers and told her that he was thinking about her. And she hadn't talked to him in 2 years. But so when I meditated on him, I was in the astral planes, and there he was, and he just came floating by me. And I was just like, what the hell? So he was sleeping, but he was astral traveling, and he didn't even know it. And so I just went up to him and whispered in his ears that he loved her and that he missed her and that he wanted to see her and that he couldn't stand it anymore and that he just thinks about her all the time and that he's so lonely without her. And I just told him all this stuff. And then they got back together, and yeah, after years. That was years. But then they were back together for, I don't know, I think we're going on 2 years now. And then he's a total jerk. He's not the same as he used to be. So she changed her mind and kicked him to the curb. She's like, no, you're a fucking asshole. He was like, you're not taking care of me right, you know. And she's like, excuse me? So yeah, so he changed. He's not the same as he was before. And, you know, it didn't work out. Nope. So sometimes that happens when you think you want someone, and then when you get them, you decide you don't really want them anymore, that you don't need them. And then you're like, eh. So he's bound to her, though. He'll be in love with her for the rest of his life, and he'll never get over it. Unless I unbind him, but I'm not going to. So, and no, I don't feel guilty. Just in case you're wondering. I don't believe in karma either. But I don't feel guilty. What does 444 mean? Oh, it's 444 o'clock there. I always say that. It's 444 o'clock. It's 555 o'clock. Happens all the time. Every time I look at the clock, it'll be like that. And then I say that. Silliness. I need help. Pull out body ethic and astral projection. Well, we could do an opening for you. I always see 1111 lately. Yeah, that's just your guides telling you that they're there with you. They're just letting you know that you're in the right place, you're doing the right thing, and that they're there with you. Any tips? Well, for me, I use my bowls. I have my my chakra bowls, my crystal bowls. I use those to open. I'm like wide open all the time. It's just natural for me to be open. I'm so open that people will come up and go, you really need to close yourself up. it's really not safe for you to be so open, you know. And I'm just like, shh, don't worry about it. I got this. Oh my goodness. My son says that I attract too much dark energies being so open. And I'm like, well, that is kind of the point. Is what I do. Did you guys see on that video the other night that the entity that came through on the ghost radio, and he said he was worried about me? I was like, "Aw, about me?" He said that he was worried, and I said, "What are you worried about?" And he goes, "Blue." It's like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And then he said something, I can't remember what it was, and then he left. But I am good, except my allergies. Other than that, I'm good. But yeah, for opening your chakras and stuff, I would say use the vibration bowls. If you don't have any vibration bowls and you don't want to get vibration bowls, then I would say listen to the vibration to open your chakra vibrations on YouTube. There's tons of, oodles of music. Do that. Work on sitting in front of a mirror, meditating. Work on pulling your, well, I do that. I know that you guys won't understand that, but I like to sit in front of the mirror right here and meditate, and then open myself up really bright, and then I'll pull the energy away from me, and then let it come back just so I can feel it. And you could, if you do that, you could feel it. You have to really allow yourself to get into that trance state. There's really no purpose for it. It's just an exercise. It's just an exercise, just a way for you to learn how to manipulate and control your energies. But that's the only, when I do castings, I'll pull it out of myself, pull it through myself, and put it into my spells. I have only being able to astral project while in a lucid dream. That's the best way. I project myself to space. Yeah. I don't know where I end up. It was pleasurous though. Yeah. I like to do it that way because I can stay longer. Like I like to be there all the time in the other realms. I would rather be there than here. But if you you can't stay as long when you're just meditating, you probably get a good 20 minutes there. But if you do it when you're in the dream state's an awesome place to astral travel. You just have to learn to start out in the meditation, and then as soon as you feel the vibrations and then the pop and everything goes silent, then you're there. You're ready to go, and then you just say where you want to go. If you have a specific location, then you say where you want to go. Then you go, okay, I'm there now. I can feel it, and take me to this realm or that realm or wherever you want to go. And then you go, and you make sure that your guides are with you, especially if you like to go to places that I like to go to. Mine is so spontaneous. It's been happening a lot more, but it's just really spontaneous still. Yeah, it is. It's that way for everybody, but once you start doing it all the time, you know, you'll get used to it. How do you meet your guides? I don't know. I just do. I just did. They just came. They just hang out with me. We just go. But everybody has a different kind of guides depending on who you are and who you work with and what you practice. I have a lot of very powerful guides who are, you know, who will, you know, nobody's allowed to come up to me, or I can go pretty much anywhere and nobody could say shit to me. In the other realm, I could, you know, do what I want pretty much. And I'm like, you can't get to me there. It's impossible. I don't see how you could, you know, unless you're a Kate or Lucifer Belial. But they have me, you know, Mom watches me really good there. And so, and a lot of times I'm with her. So, she takes me to a lot of strange places. She really likes to go shopping with me. And so she'll take me to these weird, I don't know what, I don't get it, but these weird markets and places where these things are. And, you know, she'll have, like when she gave me my portal, she took me there and she said, pick one out. Which one do you want? And then I picked one out and she said, okay, put it aside. That's for later, you know. And I was like, okay, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. And she's like, yeah, it's nice. Hi, old angels. How are you? I haven't heard from you in a long time. How's it going? Oh my gosh, I just got a big smell of dragon's blood. Do you want some dragon's blood, Billy? Hang on a second. Let me get him some. Perfect. Here you go, honey. Now you have some dragon's blood. Nice. Anyways, what did I miss? Let's see. You're good. Just working a lot. Me too. Actually, I've had a really slow week, kind of, sort of. But I'm doing great. It's nice to have a little bit of a slow week. Well, I think that if I'm not doing like 3 spells a night, then I'm having a slow week. That's just ridiculous. It doesn't have to be like that. You know, 1 a night is very nice. But I notice that I still stay up just as late, even if I have 1 or if I have 3, I still am out here until morning. So, because you have to stay with it. You have to let it burn, and you still have to stay with it. So if you're waiting for 1 to burn or 3 to burn, you still have to stay with it and put energy in it all night, you know, while the candle's burning, you're still there with it. So it doesn't really matter how many I have out there. But, you know, it's all good. But the fence panels are stained for the most part. And sort of. I think he said he did 6 panels. 6 panels are stained. I am good was working a lot. I know you said that. Why did I do that? I think I missed something. Oh, I see why. So on my Facebook page, I'm not going to say any names because I learned my lesson last week from that. But this girl, she requested to be on there, and one of my guides was like, "No." I said, "Why not? She looks perfectly nice." And she's like, "No." And she's all, "Look at her, check her page out." And I said, "All right." So I like clicked on it, and I was looking at her page, and she's like doing some type of missionary work or something like that. And I was like, "Oh gosh, here we go." So, you know, she's probably making a prayer list or some shit like that. So I told her, "What are your intentions with my Facebook Coven page?" You know, she's like, "Well, I'm just really interested in other paths, and I really like to see, you know, what it's like, and learn about other paths and stuff in a safe environment." And I was like, "Oh gosh, well, that's really fair." So I went ahead and let her in. And now she just messaged me and said that she won't post anything. She just wants to hang out. But she says, "Since I'm only on my mission, I can't research it really. The only facet I can use is Facebook. So if you don't want me on there, it's totally fine. I probably won't ever post though, but thanks for replying." Yeah. Because I don't care if you're a Christian or whatever, that's your problem. But I'm not going to have Christians coming on my page and harassing people. I've already dealt with that before, where I had someone, I can't remember what their name was, but it was some guy, and he was like on there, "You're all gonna go to hell, blah blah blah," and just stupid, you know, "Jesus is the way," and you know, just saying all this crap. And I was just like, "Oh brother," you know. But he was like messaging people and saying, "I really, you know, pray for you." And I was just like, "Oh hell no. This is not a missionary page. You're not gonna get any fucking brownie buttons on my page off me. So you might as well keep it moving, sister." Yeah. You know that's the plan. I probably know more about that book than she does. And that's why I'm here. With my beautiful, handsome Billy L right next to me. I gotta get those flowers off because he sucked the life right out of them. You guys are so quiet. She might get pulled in. I was all going to Jesus and everything. And then Akate saved me from all that. Yeah, she did. Skippity doo on what of here I died when you said that during casting. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I say stupid things sometimes. But you were also researching other paths as well. Well, you know, I let her on. We'll see what happens. But if she starts acting stupid, then I want people to tell me so I can handle her. I used to be a born-again Christian. Speak in tongues and everything. Well, you know, me too. But you should know something. Speaking in tongues is not what they think it is. In my belief, in the primal current, speaking in tongues is God's speaking through you, and it's not, you know, the Holy Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit of Akate, Lucifer and Belial. But it's not what they think it is. And when people fall out, that's not what they think it is either. And when everybody's like feeling like they feel the Holy Spirit and all that stuff, that's not what they think it is either. All of that is just energy. When you have a room full of people and they're all singing and holding hands and jumping around, and they're passing that energy through each other and sharing it with each other, and then you go up and you get prayed for, and they're all full of, all of those people up there are mostly probably all energy vampires, and they're just sitting up there sucking up all that energy. And then you're going up there to get prayed for, and then they put hands on you and you fall out. That's all that is. It's just an exchange of energy. It's not, it doesn't have anything to do with anything else. That's just nonsense. And people should know that. Like, how do you not know that? But I did it, and I didn't know it, but I have friends who speak in tongues. I speak in tongues. I did last night when I was invoking Belial. And so it has nothing to do with Christianity or their God. It's been around for a lot longer than them. And people have been doing those things a lot longer than Christians. And so, you know, research it. Check it out. You'll see. If you think about it, okay, so let's think about it from a non-Christian aspect. Okay, so you're at a concert. You're at a concert. Everybody's like, you know, the energy's going crazy. Everybody's dancing around. The music's going. It's getting, all the energies are coming out. Everything's doing good. Hi, CG. And then all of a sudden, the singer, the performer looks down at you and touches you and you faint. It's an energy exchange. He's an energy vampire. He's up there absorbing all that energy, and then he released it into you by touching you. And then you fainted. And you're like, oh, people are crying. It's energy. That's all it is. It's just a side effect of it. And it's awesome. I love doing that. We used to go to this place in New Mexico over here. It was called Top Deck, and they're shut down now. They lost their business. But anyways, we used to be upstairs upstairs all the time, and then the band would play downstairs, and all the people would be down there, and I would stand up there and just consume all that energy and just like, take it. And it's a rush, it's a high, and it feels good, and it had nothing. And it's the same thing that they're doing in the churches, except that it's in a concert hall. Different heavy metal bands are playing or whatever. It has nothing to do with religion. Speak in tongues in the Bible is very different from the speaking in tongues that happens nowadays in churches. My friends who do speak in tongues are hardcore Christians who judge people, so those aren't the good ones. Hi, Elf Queen. How are you, sweetheart? You've been missing for a while, too. But yeah, you guys, it's just research it. It's their own energy. If it was God, they would be better and wiser people. Well, if it's God, if it's their God, then they're doing that, they're in possession. So they're being possessed. So I see a similar thing happening in the New Age community with the whole light language thing. I don't even know what that is. I don't even pay attention to any other stuff. I just am focusing on my path, and I know about the Christian stuff because I've been there, done that. But like, I know there's all kinds of new things coming out that they're coming out with, and that's okay. Whatever, they'll get where they need to be. I mean, not everybody's meant to be primal, even though I think they should be. But that's it. Everybody thinks that they're right, and everyone thinks that their beliefs are right, and everyone else is wrong. And we're just humans. Wait a minute. What? Hang on a second. I gotta get my glasses on. I see who that is. Okay, wait. What did I miss? Mystic immigration. I know witches who go to church when they want energy. Yeah, they're vampires. They're energy vampires. Well, everyone is, but you know what I mean. They take it during the singing part, yep, and then leave when the preacher gets up to talk. Yep, I used to do that sometimes. Hello, Mom. How are you doing? My first time watching you live here in... You guys are going to kill me. Hannah? Coffee. You guys are killing me with these names. My girlfriend has been cheating on me the last 2 weeks. She didn't sleep at home. Oh, dear. Time for a new girlfriend. Yeah, you guys just, whatever. I don't have to do those things to get energy. All I have to do is sit there and think about Hecate and Lucifer and Belial and open my books and read my Primal Craft books. And, if I feel like I need extra energy, if I'm feeling low on energy, or I feel like I got to get all this energy work done and I don't have it, then I evoke Bilial and ask him to help me, and he does every time. And then I have a hard time going to sleep because he makes sure I have lots of energy. You know, so it just depends on you know what you believe, I guess. But if it's fun to feel that energy rush when you're there, but all it is energy. They're just passing energy. They're building it up. It's being passed around. Everybody's putting into it, making one big giant energy ball, and then you know everybody gets their happy feel good thing, and that's why they keep going back. You just stuck around for the food. You're so funny. Yeah. Yep. You know, people don't want to have to put a lot of time or energy into religion. And so it's easier to walk through the doors where it's already done. It's art. They don't have to think about it. They don't have to put any energy into it except for that 1 or 2 days a week for an hour. They just have to show up. And then they get to see all the friends and feel the energy, and it's good. And that's what they're into. That's what they like. They don't want to have to do anything. They're, you know, just lazy. So it's like, you know, but then you have the diehards. I know not all of them are like that. Then you have the diehards who want to show up at your door and give you fucking pamphlets and try to shove their beliefs down your throat because they're right and you're wrong, and you just want to smack the shit out of them because they fucking came to your door without permission, woke everyone up, got the dogs barking, and caused a bunch of chaos when you just had everything peaceful and quiet. Just kidding. They don't come to my house no more. Well, they came to my temple door, and there's a big old goat head on there, knocker, that my, you know, my beautiful, and he has this beautiful pentagram on his forehead, and the guy hightailed it out of here, and they haven't been back since. Which is good, because I was going to curse them with their little flyers that they left. They shouldn't be sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. I don't go to their house and try to make them worship Lucifer, do I? No. Yeah. I know. I'm so crazy. Just a little crazy. I have a lot of work to do in here tonight. Yeah, it's bad. Well, and now I have my beautiful doormat. I was gonna just keep it out here. I'm probably just gonna keep it out here. It's too pretty. People walking all over it. Yeah, I'll show it to you. I already showed it to you. It's big. Hold on. my stuff down. This one. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it. If you guys want this, I got it from that site that I posted on the Coven page. That Ekate. What the hell is that? I think it's a leaf. It's a bug. Just kidding. Hang on. Let's take it right there. Oh, it's pretty. It is gorgeous. I loved it too. I called Lucifer for the first time the other day in my room. Got filled with this dense, warm energy. Things started moving a little more in my life afterwards. That's nice. It is so pretty. I love it. Usually people keep their distance from me. I don't usually get approached very often by like strangers. But occasionally I do. But not usually. Usually people leave me alone around here. You know. But they always have, even before. They've always left me alone. I've always kind of had that, you know, fuck off kind of attitude with people. I know I shouldn't be that way, but I can't help it sometimes. Gotta go finish watching something. Much love to those. What? War of love. Bye. You're funny. What is your name? Oh, Test Channel. Okay. Cool. His stuff is just going crazy over here. I wish, more new. More now than ever. But I always get approached by, like, the weirdos. What's worse than a weirdo? Yeah. Not much. Usually if they come up to me and ask or say stupid things, I usually just put my eyebrows up like this and look at them. And then they just usually go away. And plus, my boyfriend's pretty intimidating looking, even though he's a big sweetheart and would, you know, get your whole life story out of you in 5 minutes. But he's pretty scary looking too. So, you know, he's a big old dude. You know, most people are just like, yeah, I'll skip that. Anyways, you guys, I've been on for an hour and 4 minutes and 25 seconds, so I am going to get off of here. But I know that you guys are gonna be thumbs downing my video because we talked about the Christians. But do your research before you do that, because WM really doesn't like that when people thumbs down my videos. He gets very upset about that. We don't want him getting mad. So funny. Oh my gosh. But anyways, like and subscribe. All right, you guys. I love you all. And I will see you guys later this evening when I'm doing my Pop It and Expose the Truth spells. Peace out.